If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you to this new lecture on Gate Digital Electronics series. Today again, before solving any questions, we will discuss a little bit about successive approximation register ADC, that is SAR ADC. Then we will solve question number 82, after that 81, 83 and then 84. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. Okay student, in SAR type ADC, that is successive approximation register, what we do generally, so you can see this is the circuit. Here it is V in, then it is comparator, then it is a control circuit, then it is a successive approx register, then these are your outputs which is taken to your binary outputs, which is this one is MSB, this one is LSB, which is converted using again DAC. You will give a V reference with whom it is compared, and some portion of V reference you will send it as a feedback according to your these digital outputs, that MSB, LSB, and then we will compare this one. If this is greater than this one, then we will do AOA. If this is less than this one, then we will do it in different way. So initially what it is done, suppose I have taken for a 4-bit explanation, 4-bit ADC. So initially the MSB is kept 1. So first it will send 100 signal. It will be kept as 1000. All three will be 0. This will be 1. So whatever you VREF you give, so accordingly that portion will come out. What it will come out? Suppose this is the feedback that is coming, V feedback. Suppose. So what is the formula for V feedback? It is the V feedback. It is the V reference. Then you multiply it by this. This one you have already seen in lather circuit in DAC, digital to analog converter. You can see the MSB is divided by 2, then significantly, because this is the most significant, so we take most out of it, and rest you divide it further. This is divided by 4, this is Q, this is similarly you keep on increasing it. So that much portion we will give as a feedback. So this is our step 1. If we start with this is my step 1, that is I will keep the digital outputs as 100, then I will give V fed. So then what I will compare, so if give 1000, so if I start with this diagram, suppose this is 1000, then you will have two options. You will check this V in, whether this V in is greater than V fed, whatever you are giving as a feedback. If it is greater than, then you keep it as 100. This 1 will be kept as 1, and then next bit will be made 1 to make next comparison. Suppose your Vn is less than V feed, that means if it is less, so you cannot keep it 1, so you will make it 0, and then you make it next bit 1. Why next bit is 1? To make next comparison. Again you will compare here. So everywhere you will have two steps. Suppose from starting from here you can go either this way or this way. Here also you will check if V in is greater than Vf, then the earlier bit was 1, this is to 1, that is done. You are checking now the second bit. This is the second bit checking. So if it is greater than 1, then it will be kept 1, and next one will be made 1 to make comparison. Suppose if it is less than this, that is V in is your less than V fed. Every here V fed will be changing because this change, so this formula will accordingly V fed will change. So if it is V fed is changed, then the initial one was 1, you are checking for second one, so that will be made 0, and the next bit will be made 1 for comparison. So this will continue. So you can see here also, if your V in is greater than V fed, then first one is 0, okay, the second one is kept 1, and the third one is made 1 to make next comparison. And if your V in is less than Vf, then the bit that you are checking the second MSB. So this is the checking for first MSB. This portion is for first MSB you are checking. So you start from MSB, then lower than MSB, that is suppose here it is for B3. So this portion you are checking for B2. The next you will check for B1. So you see this is the B1 we are checking. So that's why everywhere B1 is 1. Then we'll check this one. So similarly again you will go. So that is the idea. And when it stops up to 4 bit, it will stop after 4 bit. That is the idea. So how many clock pulses will be required now? Number of clock pulses for n bit conversion. If you want to convert it into n bit, here you have seen. So it will be n. Because you can see 1 clock, 2nd clock, 3rd clock, 4th clock, it will be finished. So that is the. So maximum conversion time, what will be its conversion time? Conversion time will be, because n clock pulse, the n into time period of a clock pulse, that is t clock you can say, or clock you can say CLK also, that is time period of a clock pulse. N clock pulse you will need because n bit will be required. So that is the formula you can think of. So if you see this question number 82, 81 will come later. First let us see 82. So 8-bit a unipolar successive approximation register type ADC is used to convert 3.5 digital equivalent output. Reference voltage is 5 volt. The output of the ADC at the end of third clock pulse after the start of the conversion. So you can see, suppose this is my time. So this is third, so I'll make it like this, and this is suppose your V reference V in level. So because your V FAT is continuously changing, but V in, this V in is fixed. What voltage you are converting into digital, that is fixed. So here V in is fixed. So V in is here 3.5 volt. So this level is 3.5 volt level. And in every step we will put a different feedback voltage and we will check whether it is greater than or not. The first we will check at, because it is 8-bit, so let me give 8-bit. So MSB will be kept 1, first MSB, then all others 0. So what will be its V FAT, because MSB this is 1, so it will be direct divided by 2. You can see it is MSB by 2, then next MSB by 2 square, next lower, not M, next lower, and this is the lowest. So everything will be 0, so that's why I am not writing all other things. It is simply B7 by 2. It will be B6 by 2 square. Similarly, it will continue. So all are 0 here. Only this last one, that is B7 by 2. So divided by 2 it will be, what is your reference voltage? Convert 3.5. Reference voltage is 5. So it will be 5 by 2. That is 2.5. Now you can check here. Because it is 3.5, it is 2.5. That means your V in is greater than V FAT in this case. So what you will keep? You will keep this one as 1. So you can see this will be your V, suppose this is V feedback drawing so this is 2.5. So because it is less, you will keep it is next step, you will keep this one 1, and you will make next one 1 to compare for next bit. So first MSB is compared, it will be always 1. So next it is compared. Now what will be V FAT here? Because it will be 5 by 2 plus next 5 by 2 square, so which will be equal to 3.75. so it will go above this one. Because it is going above this one, so V in is less than VF. So what we will do? This one will kept as, now this, because this will not kept as 1. Now because it is low, your V FAT is higher, V in is lower. So we will make this one less. Means it will make it to again 0. And then we will make it 1. So they are asking at the end of third clock pulse. So this is the starting of clock pulse. Now at the end, if you give this one now, so what will happen now? Now V FAT will be equal to 5 by 2 plus 0 it is, so 2 square will be gone, so it will be 5 by 2 cube. So if you do this one, it is 3.125, so which is less than your 3.5. So V in is greater than here VF. So after third clock pulse, what you will do? So it will be kept 1 0, because the third bit, for third bit it is V in is greater than this, so it will be kept at 1. And next bit, for next comparison they are asking. So here it is not, they are not asking you comparison, just the output of the ADC after 3 clock pulse. Fourth one we will not give till now. If I give fourth one, then they will make this one 4 and then this, and then I will compare. So just after 3 clock pulse, so it will be like here, it will stop here. For this is for fourth bit, this is third clock pulse, this is second, this is first. Your output is option A, 1 0 1 0 1 0, then 4 0. So 81, now if you come, this is asked to octal, conversion from a hex number to octal number. So how to convert from hex? This is at hexadecimal to, you want to convert it into corresponding octa. So there are so many formulas of conversion, but one formula I always remember, and with that I always try to do, so that no other formula I have to require, and it is common for all. So I always convert it into decimal, then I convert it into octal. So conversion from any base to decimal is, these are the places actually. So you know, in decimal number, there suppose 232, if I write 0.50. So this is 10 to the power 0 base, this is 10 to the power 1, this is 10 square. In binary also 2 to the power 02, and it is 10 to the power minus 1, it is 10 to the power. It depends on which system you are. That is, for binary it will be 2, for octal it will be 8, 8 1, 8 2. For binary it will be 2021, here it will be 2 to the power minus 1. For hexadecimal it will be 16 to the power 0, 16 to the power 1, 16 to the power 2, 16 to the power minus 1. So this, if you convert it, it is 16 square, the first one, multiplied by, what is A's value? After 9 A comes, that is 10. That is what is this phase value? 2 into 10 square we write, and this is 3 into 10, and this is 2 into 10, we write this place value. 2 into 10 square, this is 200, that's why its value is 200. 3 into 10, that's why it is 30. So A is 10, so multiplied by its place value, that is 16 square. Then what is B? B is 11, then multiplied by 16 to the power 1. Then what is C? C is 12 multiplied by 16 to the power minus 1. And then D is 13 into 16 to the power minus 2. So if you add this one, you will get 171.8007818. So this is your equivalent decimal. So anywhere, if it is, now you can see for any base you can convert it into decimal using this formula. If it is after fraction, you convert it is minus 1, minus 2, you will keep on increasing it. So you can convert from any base to decimal base. It is standard. Okay. Now from decimal to you can convert it into any number. So for that, this integer part is done separately, fraction is done separately. Because you can say integer it is multiplication, fraction it is division. 10 to the minus 1 is nothing but division. So here we do different, just reverse, because from every base to, if you want to come to 10, then you multiply integer by, you can see 16, and here it is dividing. So if you want to go back to hexa, then you have to, integer you have to divide it, and for fraction you have to multiply it, just reverse. Here you can say integer portion you are multiplying, fraction you are dividing. So if you want to back, so integer will be divided. So 171 you will divide it by 8. And you know this division, successive division. 8 2s are 16. Then 1 1, 8 1 1, so it will be 3. Then you divide it by, remainder is 3. Then you divide by 2. 8 2s are 16. Then remainder is 5. If you divide it by 8, then you write it from here. So it is 256. So this portion is 253. Point for fraction, you multiply it by 8. The first multiplication you will get 6.40625. So 6 we will keep it, and this fraction we will again multiply. We will multiply it until it becomes 0, like here. So it is 3.25. So 3 will take, and then 0.25 multiplied by 8. So 2. And here we will write it from this side, not that one. 632. You can see it is 0 1 2, so it is this side, that's why, and this is just reverse. So you write it this way and you write it this way. So it is 253.632 octa. So that is your option B. So this is the simplest way to remember. Otherwise you have to remember lots of formula. That's better. Whatever you feel. I feel this is good. For any base to any base I can convert using this via that decimal. Now 83, the temperature in the range of minus 40 to 55 is to be measured with a resolution of 0.1. The minimum number of ADC bits to get the matching dynamic range of the. So what is the total temperature that you want to measure? From 55 to minus 40. That is 95 degrees centigrade you want to measure. That is the range you can say. And what is your resolution? Resolution 0.1. So how much reading? So you want to take 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.2. Your reading should be something like that. 0.1, 0.2, then 0.3, then 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. You want to increase every step by 0.1. So how many readings you will need? Divided by 0.1. That is 950 readings. So 950 readings, so how 950 states you require. So which will give you 950 states? So 2 to the power 10, obviously, because 2 to the power 10 is 1024. 2 to the power 8 will be 256. So 256 state will be there, 950 will not be there. So minimum you can get 10. You can get 12 also, 14 also. All these give will, this much steps will give. But they are asking minimum number of ADC bits. So minimum you need 10 bits so that you can reach up to 950 state, because you have to measure 950 states. Now if you come to 84, this is flash ADC. Flash ADC is same. You have seen for this fourth state you need 3, this one, because 000 you always starts with. So here it is given 2-bit flash ADC is given, flash type ADC. The input is V in 0 to 3 volt, any input they can give. The expression for the LSB of the output B0 as a boolean function of x2, x1, x0. So how you want to find it, this x2, x1, x0, x2, x1 and x0 suppose. And then suppose you want to find it B1, B0 correspondingly. So this is the lowest voltage that you got. Here you can see this comparator gets the highest voltage because this much voltage is get. So then highest portion is compared here. So it becomes your MSB, and this is the lowest portion, because you can see this is measuring lowest value. This is the lowest value. Suppose it is V3. So it is V3 by 1 by 6. 2 2s are 4, 1 by 0.5. So first it will be checked with your 0.5. If it is greater than 0.5, then this will be made 1. So this is the lowest. Then the next it will step it up little bit, because this reference is step, so it will compare to the next higher voltage. Next it is more higher voltage. So if it is more than more higher voltage, obviously that should be greater. So this one should have MSB, this one should have higher value, because if you move on to us LSB to MSB, your values get increases. Okay, so this is my LSB, this is my MSB. So initially all are 0, so your output will be 0. So suppose the first op-amp gets activated, so it will be 0, 0, 1 and all others. So you can see that your input is increased this much level, but it is not increased this 2 level. So it is somewhere here. So somewhere here means you can say it is 0, 1. So this is your for 2 bit, the next step is 0, 1. So next is 0, 1, 1 suppose. Next this is 0, then the voltage cross this level. So this level cross means this 2 will be 1. So if this 2 will be 1, that is your next level. So this 2 will be 1, that means it is 1, 0. Third step, if it is reached this, then all will be 1. So all will be 1 should give me, this will give you 0 volt, 1 volt, 2 volt and then 3 volt, 3. So they are asking you the expression for LSB. LSB here is B0. So you have to express LSB in terms of x2, x1. So this is your output and this is your input. So you see which one is input, which one is 1. This is only 1 and this is 1. So you can write it from here itself. It is x2 bar, x1 bar, x0 plus x2, x1, x0. So you can take x0 common, then it is x1, x2 plus x1, x2 bar. And what is this one? This is nothing but your x0, x1, x2, which is equal to, you can say x1, x2, then bar, or bar, that is no, which is your option A. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.